Okay.
Next slide. So I want to stress that we should all be connecting to each other on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a very important platform. So please network and gain more connections so that you are successful in your career. So welcome, help me welcome today Alia. Alia is an intern architect and a BCIN designer. She's an intern architect with the OAA, and she also is working at ThinkForm Architecture and Interiors in Kitchener. She is also a PhD. She also has a PhD in architecture for the University of Cairo. And Alia has been with SPAN since 2020. And I guess she was inspired by our webinar back in 2020. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes, via Zoom. We started our session to know what is the OBC, what is the Ontario Building Code.
Okay, great. Let's start then.
Okay, first I will mute all. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Lolo, and thank you, SPAN, for inviting me to this presentation. I hope this presentation to help anyone who wants to be a BCIN, to have a BCIN number. Okay, first of all, I am already recording the session. So after recording, it will be available on the SPAN channel on the YouTube. Okay?
Okay, great.
Today, we will talking about introduction to BCIN and large building, and study and exam preparation tips and benefit of taking this certificate. What is a BCIN and what is a large building? BCIN is a building code identification number certification in Ontario. And BCIN exam has many categories. Today, we will focus about designer categories. First, house, for designing house and townhouses. Part 9, small building, for designing all small building up to 600 square meters. Part 9, and certain aspects of part 3, large building, which is designing large building. Part 3, complex building, designing large building with complex structure and mechanical system. Building surfaces, for designing plumbing, HVAC, and other building surfaces. And finally, building structure, which focus on part 4. What large building? Large building are defined as all building occupying an area greater than 10 square meters, and first, used for major occupancy, classified as Group A, assembly, Group B, care and care treatment, Group F1, high hazard industrial occupancy, or a building which exceeds 600 square meters in building area, or exceeding 3 stories in building height and used for occupancy, classified as Group C, residential, Group D, business and personal services, Group E, mercantile occupancy, or Group F2 and F3 for medium and low hazard industrial, or used for retirement homes. Okay, for large building exam, what the first step should I do? First, you need to check what is the large building exam syllabus. You can see my screen, okay? For large building syllabus, right, Lulu?
Yes.
Okay, large building syllabus, you can find it on the website of Ministry of Municipal and Fair Housing. Large building exam, he give you what will cover in this exam, all the topics. You can find some parts from Division A, some parts from mainly large building exam focus on part 3, except high buildings and some small section, but mainly will focus on part 3, and part 4, general structure design, part 5, environmental separation, which talking about air and paper barrier, and part 6, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Part 7, general specs. Part 9, it's only focus on design area, dimensions, doorways, the minimum dimensions, stairs, minimum window areas. What you do from this syllabus, for me, I printed this one, highlights, and bring your hard copy of the code and highlight all the section is required to govern the exam. This is the first step. Second step, you need to create a study schedule. Study schedules, which consist of two things. You have to have daily study session, minimum 2 to 4 hours. This study schedules takes minimum 3 months to 6 months. And you have to book your exam after the first 3 months. Okay, what is the exam format? It is 3 hours in length. It's open book. It has 70 multiple choice questions. The pass mark is 70%, which is not easy to get, be honest. And the exam is online. It's offered two formats, online at your home and at the center. For me, I did all my exams at home. After that, you need to book your exam through Hamburg College.
Question, Alia, you said you did all your exams. Are they multiple exams or just one exam?
All the exams multiple choice.
Okay, so it's one exam, but you did it at home. Is that what you're saying?
One exam, yeah, for large building and one exam. But to do large building, my advice to do first small exam, a small building, because large building, you can't do this exam as a first exam for you from OBC. It will be hard, and I think you can't make it from the first time. It's because small building make you familiar more with the OBC, make you understand OBC more. This my experience.
So is that what you did? You took the first? Oh, okay.
I did general legal exam first, then I did small building. Third one was a large building.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. What's the source material, the studying material you need? You need your Ontario Building Code hard copy. I know Georgia Brown now and the ministry give you option to have the soft copy, but you can't have your soft copy with your own highlights. No, they only send you a link for the latest version of the code. That's it. So there is no highlights on it. So my advice and my experience was to have your hard copy, have your sticky notes on it, have your notes, your sketches, your everything, your studying material. And you can use the soft copy. They give you access to it. If you know this section has this information, but you can't find it, you can find the section. The second thing you need to have, the amendment package is this one, the last one, May 12 updated. Now it's give you the access for it, link for it. For me, when I did the exam, I booked the exam, it was last January. I need to order this one. I replaced all the old paper in my hard copy with this one because it's updated. The third source you need to have is self-study manual from Georgia Brown College. Sorry, not building, it's a large building. Where is our large building? Here you
go. Is this mandatory or recommended?
Recommended. And recommended why? Because this manual consists of 18 chapters. And each chapter, he make, for example, the part 3. You can find here section 1, 3.1 general. It's divided this section to 4 modules. And each module, you have some questions after each subsection. And also what this manual do is the manual from Georgia Brown, it summarize each subsection in tables and sketches, which make you to understand the code very well and to practice on the questions. Also, Georgia Brown questions, mainly the exam comes 70% of the exam from their questions. So it's make you to summarize, to deep understanding, and also to practice on their questions.
Sorry, I have a question. You mean the BCIN exam it's coming from this manual.
It's similar. It's similar to the questions, the same as because the question in the exam not one-line questions. No, it's like the design problem questions. If you need to, this is a space and this is a space, for example, for office, this space need 1 exit or 2 exits. The questions like that. So in this manual, most of the question is the design problems. Give you design problem and you need to think and choose a correct answer.
You mean this self-study, it's so important for the exam.
بالظبط. Yes. Sorry.
هو انا عندي فكره ما دام احنا كلنا بنتكلم هندي.
No.
No, we're speaking in English because we have non-speaking as well. So, and we're practicing for the future, remember?
I just have a question. You recommended to go through the small building exam first, right?
Okay. Can I finish the presentation and at the end we can open the questions?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
So now you have your studying resources, your Ontario Building Code, the latest one, and the practice manual. First, you need to understand well what is the OBC consist, volume 1 and volume 2, your 2 volumes, hard copy, what's the division A, what's the division B, what's the division C. You highlighted all the parts were covered in your exam. Then you need to do active reading and note-taking. Highlight key points, important sections and notes. For me, I will start in the code with a general section, general 1. I will read this one and I highlight with my highlighters, with my sticky notes, what's important, what's except here, what is this schedule for, this first step. Second one, I will taking notes. Notes as you see here. And these notes, I took it after I reading the code, then I go to the manual and read this subsection or subsection from the manual and start to take these notes after solving problems. And if you find something extra in the manual, and this is what I found, some notes, they add some notes, because usually in the OBC, when you read an article, he sometimes refer to another reference. So you have to go this reference and see what this reference say. And you can add, sometimes I add if the reference not is the same section, for example, is this reference, is this referred to table 3.216. So I wrote the page number under this reference because in the exam, I know specific where this reference, it's give you, it's make you faster and you can pick the answer correct. And if I need to find this one, I added during the study. After I read, adding my notes, I found that in the manual, they summarize some, when, for example, when you do this about travel distance in the code is around 2 to 3 pages. And after that, it's summarized in the table. I scan this table, print it, and add it to my code. Okay, this is travel distance. I know I can't find this section, this page, but this table make me sure, okay, this is the right answer I get. Also, in the manual, studying manual, help you many times is they draw some sketches to explain more what this article talking about and added with reference. I scanned all the sketches, all the table from the manual, and I added to my code. So my code at the end is the OBC code, my notes, my highlights, and summarize information. And this process took time, not easy. But at the end, it's good for you for this exam and to help you understanding the code very well. Okay, I studied well. How can I know I have a good understand for this part? Solving problems. We have 3 sources for problems. First, the self-study manual from George Brown. Second one, is a website called Orderla. This website offers course and offer workbook and offer only questions. I tried questions from them with a small building, but I didn't try it in large building. Why? Because this large building only direct questions. The question is one line, not a design one like George Brown. It's online. It's give you access around 3 months. Give you a huge amount of questions, and you can try it if you want. The second source is a sample question from Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing, and this one very important source. And as you can see here, he gave you sample questions for all design, BCIN design for all categories. I recommended to solve problems, questions for small, large building and complex building and advanced for large building. Because my exam had 3 or 4 questions from it, from this one. As you see, it's a PDF. Give you a question, and at the end, it provides you with the answers and with the reference. I answered this question at the end after I finish studying. Okay. My studying plan took with me 6 months. It was 2 phases. First one, 4 months in-depth study. And second one was revision. And this 2 months revision I put some stars and sticky notes, some parts I need to study it again. And I read for this 2 months, I only focus on the manual, not reading the OBC again. Manual and sketches, that's it. For example, the exam had 4 or 5 huge sections from part 3, which are section 3.1 general, section 3.2 building fire safety, section 3.3 safety with floor area, section 3.4 exits. So my plan was finish section 1 and study small section like vertical transportation. So I balanced. Big section was a small one, and the small one I give them 2 to 3 days maximum. The big one, large section, I give them 1 to 2 weeks, not more than that. You don't need to memorize the code. You need to understand and familiarize with yourself with it. Why I took this certificate? Okay. First, career growth. I can get be promoted on my firm. I can second one is increased my job opportunities. I get my first job here in Canada after knowing the OBC. After taking my first BCIN exam, it was general and large, general legal, and I get hired after this one. Why? I remember my senior architect told me, I will hire you because you know how to search in the OBC and how to talk with the building official and the plan examiner in the city and municipalities. So if you don't want to start on the journey to be architect, and this my first step, I'm not want to start on it. So I'm studying the OBC, started to taking exam, and I took some courses with George Brown. Then I get hired. Also, you can be, after taking this certificate, to be a code consultant. You also can be a self-employed designer. You can have your own project, because to have BCIN designer, so you can stamp the drawing, you can review it, and it's a good source, not it's a good job. Not the third one, personal certification, achievement, and continuous learning. Thank you for today, and it's open for question. Lulua, are you here?
Any questions, anybody? Somebody had a question earlier on.
Yeah, it's me.
Okay.
I
go.
just have a question. Like you mentioned that you recommend to go through the small building exam first before
Yes.
the large building.
Yeah.
But question is, does the large building cover the small building as well? Like if I
Yes.
pass the okay.
Yes. First, house only for house and townhouses. Small building cover house and commercial. Large building cover small and house. But to be honest, because I already took iPlan, then some courses from Georgia Brown, then I start the small building. So I know OBC very good. So large building to be self-study with myself, it was more easier than if it's first time for you and start with large building. I think it will be difficult a little bit.
I have another question because you also mentioned that we can sign if we are even not architects, licensed architects here. If we
Yes.
pass but how, like, how can I sign? I mean, as what?
Okay, give me 1 sec. Where is... Oh, yes, here. If you go to Hamburg College, okay, first you need, before you took any exam, you need to have a BCIN number. If you don't have it, this BCIN number, you can click here and step by step give you number. This number consists of 5 numbers, and this number will be not active till you take your first exam and register with them. After you register with them, and each exam you will take, it will be uploaded in your profile, and you will be under category qualified designers. So then you can stamp with this your number. You just write your name and your number under it.
You mean I stamp as a designer, right?
As a designer, but
okay.
we have limits. BCIN designer have limits.
Okay, thank you.
So just to touch on your question, Mu'tasim, a BCIN number is similar to an architect's stamp, but it's just the scope of the work than the architect.
Okay, thank you.
And Alia, we have another question.
Mm-hmm.
Osman saying, the order line, does it also help with part 9 exam? Like he can find part 9 exam questions and sample questions there too?
Yes, it helps with part 9.
Alia, do you have any so first question, you mentioned there's the travel distance table. This travel distance table,
Who is this? Who's talking?
Nagy.
Nagy.
Yeah.
Nagy. Let's all of us, when we ask a question, first introduce ourselves and like, my name is Nagy, I am an intern, and then start your question so we all know each other, okay?
Yeah, I think everyone knows me. I am Nagy, I'm intern and intern architect. And my question is, there is table, you have it, say 8.1 something. Is this you created yourself or you got it from somewhere?
I get it from the manual, the self-study manual from Georgia Brown. Yeah.
This table, it's kind of doing some summarize. This is you got it from the manual?
The manual, yes.
Okay.
So my code now has the code paper and this all sketches and table from the manual. I scanned and printed and put it in files, insert to the OPC.
Okay, that's good. The other thing, do you have any tips or any question somehow for legal exam or for a small building exam?
Legal exam, it's mainly about Building Act and the Division C of the code. A small building exam, you need to study part 9 and some sections from part 3, but mainly part 9, small building exam.
Alia, we have a question from Vidya. Lydia's saying, you said that it takes 3 to 6 months if you have prior knowledge to the other exams or the other parts. If you are already familiar with the code, it's also going to take you 3 to 6 months. I'm thinking it's yes, because you already
Yes.
had that experience. So yeah, Lydia, Alia's experience, she already took the legal, she took the part 9, and it took her 3 to 6 months to take the large building while she was familiar.
You know, reading the code and highlights and took notes and summarize, it took time. Yeah.
Maybe if you've already worked in large buildings in a firm and you already have that prior knowledge, maybe taking the exam might take shorter time to study it.
But not less than 3 months.
Yeah, I would think so too.
Because I did this one in small building, I took less than 3 months, so I have to write small building 2 times, not from the first time. So to saving your time and don't put yourself under stress.
Yeah, so what Alia is saying is if you don't at first succeed, try again.
Yeah, yes.
How many more minutes do we have?
We have 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Raya asked, can you use both soft copy and hard copies during the exam? Yes, you can. But when I used the soft copy 3 or 4 times, but because it's the same browser, sometimes soft copy it took time loading. So I didn't use it after 3 times, and I just used my hard copy. Okay, go ahead.
Ihab has a question.
Someone, yeah.
Yeah, as an interior.
Yeah, hello.
Go ahead, Ihab. Can you tell us about yourself?
This is Mahmoud. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Mahmoud.
Yeah.
About yourself.
Hello, my name is Mahmoud Kmale. I'm an interior designer. And as an interior designer, what are the benefit of taking BCIN exam as an interior designer, not architect?
Lulwa, can you answer this one? Yes, I can answer. As an anybody can take these exams and work in design. So
okay.
As in, like, if I don't even have an architectural degree or an interior design degree,
all right,
normal person, I can take these exams and start designing or doing permits for buildings.
Okay.
But if you have a background, it's much easier and people will come to you.
Yeah, I do. So do I need to buy a separate book for each exam, or there's one book that cover all the exams? And how should I, if there is one book, how should I focus on a specific part? Like if I'm taking small building, for example.
Okay, for the exam, no, you will have to buy a study manual for each exam. Back to George Brown, you can see here, sorry, 2 for the one for structure, 1 for the building surfaces, fire protection, 1 book for each exam.
Okay. But if I got the large building book, for example, it will cover also small building.
No, it will be focused on the topics which in the large building exam.
Okay, but in the end, I'm qualified to work in both small and
large and small. Yes, you are right.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Also, I'm applying to for NCDIQ. I don't know if you are familiar with that.
Yes.
So NCDIQ, I believe they have building codes as well.
Yes, but they're not in depth like
okay.
Yeah.
So both will be like perfect, like to mix these things. Okay, thank you so much.
We have a question from M. Kamale. Can you?
Yeah, this is me actually.
Oh, that was you? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, next
Thank
question
you.
is from Ihab and then from Nazih.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah,
regarding the, should I
should I
Who is this
get a
first?
course? Ihab. This is Ihab.
Tell me
Kamal.
tell us about yourself, Ihab, quickly.
Yeah. I'm interior design. I just want to ask, is it enough to buy only the manual and study, or you advise to join a course with George Brown?
Okay. You can do it by yourself. Another advantage of joining a course, and at the end of the course, they give you a link to exam, and this exam will be for you like a mock exam to prepare for the municipality. If you have time, you can join the exam because it will help you more. But for me, self-study was
More
good
enough.
for me. Yeah, more enough for me.
So what's your advice? Should I join the program?
This
George
first
Brown?
time to apply for BCIN exams. Okay, join
I
the
should
course.
join. I should join. Yeah.
Yes.
For that, for first, like to get the experience. You mean?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Then I can like took the large building and
Do it by yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, by myself. Okay. Thank you.
Nazir?
That's all.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Nazir. I'm an intern architect. So, Alia, I booked my general legal exam next month. So, and my plan is I put an question exam from orderline.com link, and I see it's very helpful. So, do you think is that good or not?
Okay, for order line, I said it's very helpful for me to understand and help me studying in the general legal or small building. But it will help you a lot, especially general legal. Most of it are about building code of acts. It's more theoretical and more about law. So it's organize the information to you. So it's a great choice for you.
Okay, perfect. So I have another question about if I want to be as an inspector from the city or something. What is the exams that should I get?
Okay, for the city, you have to apply to job post to the city. The second thing, some cities offer like a co-op programs. It's around 1 year. I can share the link with Lulu and we can post it in our group. Many cities offer co-op programs and you can apply for it. I know the city do 2 exams, one exam OBC and the other one about their laws on the city because each city has their regulations.
Okay, perfect. Please send it to me.
Yes,
and
the
last question about the exams. During the exam, can I use translator, for example?
No, because during the exam, it's not just a link. It's during the Zoom, and there is a person who with you and asked you. No one with you in the room, no speaker, no headphone, no mobile, nothing.
And
you
I
can't
can't use my my own digital copy?
No, you can't.
No. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Lulwa, we have less than 1 minute. Do you want to start a new session for questions?
There's just one more question from Salma Ahmad. Can you ask the question, Salma? Because I am having difficulty reading it on
Hi.
Hi, Salma.
This is me, Salma Ahmed.
Hi, Salma.
Hi. Thank you for the
Salma, you have a bad...
I can't hear here.
So for everybody else,
formative session, Alia. I just want to. I'm an intern trained architect. I studied. Sorry. Yeah, it's just